同学们好，我是石老师。今天我给大家介绍一下 AP 中文考试中的阅读理解部分应试技巧。For better understanding, I will use English in this lecture. Thank you. Then let's start. Before we discuss the strategies we are using in AP test, we will discuss two brief questions first. Number one, why do people read? Number two, how do people read? Then after we are clear why and how people read, and then we will discuss the 5 strategies we are using in AP test in reading comprehension part. Okay, strategy number 1, scan the first sentence in a paragraph or scan the first paragraph in an article. Strategy number 2, get used to anxiety caused by unknown words in the task text. Strategy number 3, weigh your understanding of the reading material with your known words in the text. Strategy number 4, read the comprehension questions and their choices first. Strategy number 5, if none of the above 4 strategies works for you, what you can do is make a reasonable guess. Okay, and then let's start from the beginning, the 2 brief questions, why and how people read. Okay, think about why do you read? Think about when you read the textbooks. Think about when you are reading text message from your friends. Think about an advertisement you saw on the street. What are you doing? I believe there are only 3 purposes for your reading. Number 1, for knowledge. Number 2, for information. Number 3, for entertainment. Okay. Then my further question is, think about why you are reading in AP test. Are you reading for knowledge? Are you reading for information? Are you reading for entertainment? Yes, that's for information. Okay, so we are clear why we are reading. Then think about how do we read. Think about from your own experience. When you are reading a text message from your mom, how do you read it? When you are reading a teacher's assignment, how do you read it? When you are reading a novel, how do you read it? I think when you are reading a teacher's assignment, you must scan it. You won't miss any detail so that you won't miss any point. Okay? And when you are reading a text message sent from your mom, you are skimming it because you want to know what message you can get. What's the message, what's the meaning your mom sent it to you. And when you are reading a novel, some part you like it very much, some part you unlike, you feel you are bored. What do? You are skipping because it has nothing for you. So you do not need that. You will skip it. Also, when we are doing the reading comprehension in AP test, we are doing the same. If we are looking for the answers to a question, we are skimming the whole material. If we realize that some part is not necessary or is not helpful for us to answer the question, we are skipping it. If we have targeted and located the answering part in this material, we are scanning it. We are digging the details out. So when we are taking the AP test reading part, we use all the 3 reading methods, skimming, and scanning. Okay, and then we are clear why and how we are reading, and we are clear why and how we are reading in AP test. We are ready to go. So then let's talk about the strategy number one we are using in AP test. That's scan the first sentence in a paragraph or scan the first paragraph in an article. Let's see the example text we have here. When we first see this paragraph, uh, if you want to get what's the basic information in it, you just need to read the first sentence. 纳米技术可以让人们更加健康。After reading this sentence, you get the basic information, people's health, and the NAMI technology. If you get this information, you will get the basic information in this passage. If you think it doesn't help you, you will skip it. If you think this part will help you to figure out how, you can read it in details. This is strategy number one. Scan the first sentence or the first paragraph in the written material. Okay, and then let's go to strategy number two. That's it's normal for our language learners get when we are reading in the target language, we have tons of new words. Our first reaction when we are seeing this is nervous, anxious. I have so many unknown words in this article. How can I understand it? Please keep it in mind. This is normal for all the language learners, even AP learners, when we are reading. So keep it in mind. Feel a pity, feel anxious doesn't help you to solve the problem. So you should calm down, get used to it, and then you will use the strategy number three to solve the problem. Okay, so the second one, get used to your anxiety. Be calm down. Okay, and then let's go to strategy number three. Since you have a lot of unknown words in the reading material, you cannot get the meaning from their meaning of these new unknown words. You cannot figure it out. So what you can do is to look for the words you know. And with these known words, to view your understanding of this text. For example, again, I'm using the message we talked about just now in strategy number one. For this one, when we first see it, when we see the first sentence, we know the basic meaning. If you want to know the detailed meaning in this passage, we need to go down to read. But when we are reading, there are a lot of words maybe you do not know. For example, 癌症 cancer, 癌细胞 cancer cells, and 率 that's ratio, or 灵敏 and a lot. Maybe you do not know them. But you will still have a lot of words you can recognize. For example, 人们、健康、但、如果、死、病、可以、未来 maybe you can just can figure out these words. What do you do? You have to solve the problem, answer the questions. So what you can do is use these words to weigh your understanding. Use these words to figure out what or to guess what the passage is talking about. If you have say 人们健康死亡病 and you will say they are talking about health and disease of humankind. If you have this, you have the basic meaning, basic understanding. This is enough. Then You get the with all of these words, you get the basic meaning. Okay. 好, this is strategy number 3. Then let's talk about strategy number 4. Thinking how did you do in your Apple test last year when you are doing the reading comprehension part? Which part you are reading first? Do you read the reading material part first? Do you read the comprehension question first? Which is better? Yes. When we are doing reading in the AP test or any other test, read the comprehension question first and its choice first. Will save your time and will be more efficient. Okay, let's see this example I posted here. The red part is the email. This is the reading material taken from AP test. And the left part is the question and the choices. So let's start from the question and the choices first. The recipient of the email is most likely the sender. It's asking the relationship between the receiver and the sender of this email. And it provided several possible relationships: classmate, teacher and student, co-workers, and parents and the child. Okay, after this, we know our purpose of reading now. We are trying to figure out the relationship between the recipient and the sender. So anything in this article and this email unrelated to this part, you can skip. You can see the 发件人, that's the sender, 收件人, receiver. This is important. You can see their names there. And the next part is the subject. The subject may have less useful information, and the date also. It doesn't help us to figure out the relationship. We skip it out. And then the first sentence, 我们环保俱乐部这个星期六要组织高中部的环保活动。They're talking about Environment Protection Club. What they are going to do. And then when they are talking about this, it give you a hint about the relationship between the sender and the receiver. Okay, 环保俱乐部. Maybe these two are belonging to this club. Okay, if you have this part in your mind, and you can get the answer, 80% to get the answer. And then if you go down, you will see the time, and after that you can guess that's the activities. It won't show you the relationship. And then if you go to the last part, the signature part, you will see the name, 史丽珍. You can see that's the sender's name. So so far, when you go back to the choices, classmate, teacher, and student, co-worker, and parents, you can easily to get their co-workers. Okay, this is strategy number 4. And then let's go to strategy number 5. So far, we have discussed the 4 strategies. Number 1, read the first line of the first paragraph. Number 2, get used to your unknown words in the reading material. Number 3, use the unknown words to view your understanding. Number 4, read the question and choices first. And then let's go to number 5. So if none of the above mentioned 4 works for you, you use all these 4 strategies, but you still cannot figure out the answer. What do you do? Yes. Then what you can do is guess. But this guess is not make a guess blindly. You should make a reasonable guess. What's reasonable guess? I believe when you do a reading comprehension reading, you have not only one question. You have some other questions. You have read the material a lot, so you have some basic information about it, and this information can help you to make the decision. And based on the information and the direct information about this question and the choices. You will make your reasonable guess. With a hint, with an cue in your mind, you will make the guess. This is the last strategy. Maybe this is something unknown to you. Maybe you are wrong, but you have to try your best. And maybe you can, sometimes you can get it correct. Okay. Uh, that's the five strategies we are using in AP test when we are doing the reading comprehension part. And I will give everybody an article to read next step and give you a direct instruction on how to how to use these five strategies. Okay, thank you for everybody for your attention. I'll see you later.